then I'm going to be doing my eye or ear. I don't care which one. Now, the only thing you really need for the eye is your light source, which is on the wall, and you could use a cover card or just have the person use his hand. Then from the eye, I'm going to go to the ear. See this? Ear. Then the nose. Then the mouth. Now, I've got my equipment lined up to remind me. Now, this is an OC habit I developed when I started as a prep student, and I do it to this day. I mean, it's kind of nutsy, but it works. Okay. Now, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to glove up. Now, on your product, you're the spotter,
Okay,
Sue.
okay.
You
Sorry.
you got to catch me. Now, what
When
I'm
did
going to
you
do is I'm going to start out with the head. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so my gloves are on. Hi, I'm Margaret
recording.
Johnston. Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet
I'll be doing your head, ears, eyes, nose, and throat exam. Okay, now the head is normal cephalic. Now there are no lumps or bumps or tenderness. I'm just going to check your arteries here. Bilateral temporal arteries are +2 out of 4. Now, I'd like you to smile for me. So cranial nerve 7 is intact. Facial features are symmetric. Now, I'm just going to check the sensation on your face.
Did you note the
Now,
hair?
this is sharp.
Did you note the hair?
Pardon?
Did you note the hair?
That is not part of the head exam.
Okay, what's on
That's
this one?
integument.
Okay, sorry.
That's integument. Okay, now, good question though. Now, that's soft and this is sharp. Now I'd like you to shut your eyes and tell me where you feel the sensation and what you feel.
It's on my forehead. Soft. Oh, right, sharp.
Okay. The problem is the
Soft
examiner.
on the left.
Okay, not the patient.
Sharp on the right.
Okay, so she's able to differentiate between two stimuli. And the 3 branches of the trigeminal nerve are intact. The ophthalmic, the maxillary, and the mandibular. Now, motor 5. Now, I'd like you to open your jaw, move side to side. So, range of motion is full. There's no crepitus. I'd like you to clench your jaw. So, the jaw is strong bilaterally. The masseter muscle bulks up bilaterally. Okay, so that's the head exam, and then also the face exam. Now, this is just my preference. I do the lymph gland exam now. Okay. Submental, submandibular, jugulodigastric, pre-auricular, post-auricular, and occipital. Now, thank you. Perfect neck. Now, superficial cervical, deep cervical, posterior cervical. If you just hunch your shoulders a little forward, perfect. Now you can relax. Supraclavicular, intraclavicular, no lymphadenopathy. Now I'm going to do the eye. Now we'll use the outside to inside approach. Now, the eyelashes and the eyebrows are fully distributed. There's no ectropion or entropion. Now the sclera is white. Now look up for me. Now the palpebral conjunctiva are pinkish red, and the bulbar conjunctiva is clear. Now I'm going to take a light. Now this is actually the otoscope, as you know, but all I need is a light. Now from the side, as you look forward, I'm going to examine the cornea for clarity. And the corneas indeed are clear. Now, looking at Sue, I'm going to check the direct light reflex, yes, and the consensual, direct and consensual. So the pupils are equal, round, and reactive to light. Now I didn't say accommodation, did I? Because I haven't done that yet. Okay. gonna be fun. Now, you can use the Jaeger card, that'll be great. Now, let's do the test for strabismus. Now, I'd like you to look up. Okay, so corneal light reflex is at 10. Now, I'd like you to cover up your left eye. Now, look at this finger, please. Now, uncover the left eye so there's no movement. Let's do the same on the right. Look here. Now, uncover. Perfect. So there's no strabismus. In other words, there's no phoria, there's no fixed strabismus. Now we're going to do the extraocular eye movements or diagnostic positions. Now I'd like you to follow my finger with your right eye. Up, down, medial, and to the side. Now you see, I can already see that the left eye is tracking perfectly. So what I want you to tell me so that you identify the nerve is, as we do this, you'll say superior 3, inferior 3, medial 3, lateral 6, okay? Superior 3, inferior 3, medial 3, lateral 6. Now this is the fun stuff. So we're going to do accommodation, convergence, and fixation all at once. Now the pupils are getting smaller, and she converges. So now I know that accommodation's intact, convergence is intact, and fixation is intact. Now we get to do the peripheral fields by confrontation. Now what I'd like you to do is to cover up your left eye. Now when you see my fingers, tell me, and look into this eye.
Yes.
Now, that's 50 superiorly.
No.
Now, peripherally is 90,
No.
medially is 60,
No.
and inferiorly is 70. Now you can do it the way the book shows, that's fine, or the way the video shows. It's just that that teases out the exact angles. And it really works, because then the right eye and the left eye don't get mixed up in the mix. So we've actually done the 3 eye test, haven't we? Yay. So now we're ready for the ophthalmoscopic exam.
I
Now,
have a question. So we don't
Yes.
really check for the superior oblique?
well, actually, you can do that, but you have to be able to tell me what cranial nerves are being tested and what are the angles. I'm just showing you an alternative way. And,
So when you do convergence, though, you're looking at cranial nerve 4.
well, yes, think about it.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
when I'm testing it. Now, we're going to start at a green 6 or a black 6. And we know that we're going to use the right hand for the right eye. And we're going to have to get... Now notice that this can work if we put this under the person's armpit. Now, we should dim the light, but I'm going to actually do it with the lights on so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take off my spectacles. And I am now going to set this at 6. Now what I'd like you to do is to look at the corner here. Now I'm going to come in with the large field. Now notice that this particular control will give me the large field. If I want to see a lot, I'm going to use a large field. Now I'm going to move my fingers so the number goes down once I've gone through the red reflex. So first of all, I am going to get my finger positioned, come on in, 15-degree angle. Okay, alrighty. Now do you see that I'm moving around in 4 directions? And your background is it's a very light pinkish red, and your AV ratio's 2 to 3, and your cup and disc are 1 to 2. You know, yellow, very bright yellow in the center, and a little bit darker orange in terms of the disc. Now, let me show you the left-handed exam. Thank you. Now, when we go to 6, I'm going to have to move my finger the other way. I'm going to have to move it down, so I remember that. Now, look at the corner, left eye. Red reflex seen. And so now I ratchet it down so I can see the blood vessels. Very nice. Okay, so no hemorrhages, and the characteristics are the same in the right and the left exam. I'm ready for my otoscope. Okay. Now, external to internal. Now, we have a normal shaped auricle. The ears are inserted at 10 degrees. Now, I don't see any obvious deformities. I'm just going to palpate the ear for tenderness and push in the mastoid process. There's no tenderness. See how this is going to help me? Now, since I'm over here, I'm going to start with my left ear first. Now, I want everything from the left because none of you are lefties. That's the hard one for you. Now, I'm going to pull this up, enter. Okay, now, this is nice. Very nice. Cute little canal. Okay, so the canal is clear and the angle of light is at 7 and the malleus is at 10. The tympanic meridian is proven gray and I don't see any exudate. Now, just go to the other side then and you use the right hand for the right ear. Now, could you actually push the tragus on the other side, in and out?
Right or left?
Okay, on the right side.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get it behind you as much as I can. This is me. What did I say? Okay. That's because of her. All right. 4th of July.
4th of July?
Okay, yay, okay, so the whisper test is positive at about 3 feet. Okay, now the nose is symmetrical. No signs of fracture. And remember, I still have my gloves on. Now let's check patency. So I'd like you to walk the side, now breathe. The other side. Okay, any trouble? No. Okay, great. Now, lift the tip of the nose up and go in gently. Now the mucosa is pinkish red, and we definitely have some congestion here, and clear rhinorrhea, and I cannot see the turbinates, but I do see Kieselbach's plexus. Okay, now this is actually more patent, but the features are identical. You must have allergic rhinitis.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because
I
her
think Larry
membranes have a bluish tinge, and there is a fair amount of clear rhinorrhea.
Oh, my partners
Yeah.
would see it.
She's got a fantastic nose if you want to know what that looks like. Okay, now I'm going to do sinuses now. Any pressure? No. I'm going to show you a party trick. This really works. Now, if you put the light underneath the sinus, do you see how she's got a red glow there?
Right.
Now that means that the sinuses are clear. Now let's check out the frontal. See how this is actually very circular, so it's even on both sides? Now, if there was mucus or some type of fluid, that would not be symmetrical. It might even appear darkened. Oh, I'm just about finished. Hurry up, turn on.
Oh, I think you have to hit the switch, I think, right?
Oh.
The switch there? No?
Oh,
There.
thank
Yay.
you. Okay. Now, I still have my gloves on. This is getting fun.
Oh. I'm gagging already.
You just thought of that.
All right, now the lips are symmetrical. There are no lesions. A vermilion border, that's just a cosmetic thing. It's clear. Okay, now let's see. Could you open up? No. Okay, now the mucosa are pink. Now, as I'm at it, could you retract your tongue? Okay, now the mucosa are well adhered to the teeth. Now, let me look at the tongue. Okay, now you can stick it out. Good. Now it's midline. Now I'm just going to look underneath. It's best if you actually do this, but
Yeah.
she's able to control the tongue. That's good. Okay, so we have a full set of adult dentition, but we're missing, let's see, one molar. So that is actually the second molar, the right inferior quadrant, it's called, right inferior quadrant. But the gums are well adhered. Okay, now the tongue is midline. I don't see any lesions. Now, open up for me. Hard palate's intact, soft palate's intact. See how I'm going from front, back? I like this much better. Okay, now say ah.
Ah.
Oh, oh, the tonsils are there, and you've got +2s.
I have pluses.
They are +2s, and there's no erythema or exudates. Okay, now, I'd like you to say ah.
Ah.
Now swallow. Okay, so 9 and 10 are intact because the uvula rises and it stays in the center, and I also can feel the swallow. Now we're going to have some fun. Push against my finger. Push against my finger, so cranial nerve 12 is really intact. Really intact. Okay, now, the neck is symmetrical. The trachea is midline. I don't see any obvious thyroid megaly. Now I'm using the posterior approach. Now swallow, please. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think,
I'm
no,
also
I think so
combing
they
your
can
hair.
see it.
Okay, swallow, please. Thank you. Now, if you'll just tilt your head a little to the left. Okay, right. So I don't feel any nodules. A little to the right. There you go. Good. Okay, so I don't feel any nodules or any enlarged thyroid lobules. Now let me just double check the carotid. That's +3. +3. Let's do some exercises. Forward, to the side, here to the side. Terrific. No pain. Okay, great. Take my ears off. Take my bell and listen to the carotid in 3 positions. Above the clavicle, midway at the bifurcation, and right below the mandible. To hear bruise. So it goes above the clavicle, midway, and the top. Okay, this is great. Now, strong shrug. Now, push your face against my hand. Now, with all that quatch, that's the exam I want to see. Get rid of the quatch, that's all the extra talking. And just do that. I'll be happy. Quatch. Yeah. It comes from Schoenstatt-Language. Okay, no, it's actually really funny. It's an immigrant thing.